Now I'm looking at the mic, and I don't believe I can hear you. So I'm gonna have to hold on a second. I'm gonna have to get this other situation straightened out right quick because I can't hear you. So give me a second.
Yes,
Go
sir.
go ahead. Okay, I believe I can hear you now. Say something.
Is that better?
Yeah. Okay, I got you. I had to take that off.
Okay. Well, once again, brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum. So, you might be up right now listening to the show. Titled Real Nigga-ish Part 2. If you've been following us, and have been loyal, following us, I'm sure you heard that show. We touch bases on a lot of, I would say, birth defects within our people that causes us not to be able to trust one another. It's bad enough we have the enemy against us as it is. So, this is a terrible condition to suffer from. To not be able to trust with this, love one another enough, to believe in one another enough, to know that it's a bond that if anything did go down, we'll stick together no matter what. But the citizens of America, and as well as our people are going to realize that when these past events we've been speaking on take place, you're going to unite against your will. Because your mind is going to be based on survival. Okay, and not to go off course, but this is pertaining to our brothers and our sisters who are being confused. This is to our brothers who, like to sell dope as well. And to our sisters who think it's comfortable, through the manipulation of these rulers to think that it's okay to belittle yourself to get ahead. So, Real Nigga is part 2. Now, when you're titled as the ish, is referring to something else. Right. And my brother Jordan stated that very clearly in the last show. You're something like something, but in fact you are not like that. So when you're saying that you are real, or a real brother or a real sister, and you're not contributing any type of help, whether if it's a kind word to another brother or sister, then you're not real. You're real nigga-ish. You're something like a real nigga, but you are not. So, as well as our brothers, especially this, I gotta go in on our brothers, and I hope y'all don't get angry and wanna lose your mind, because what I might be saying is, might seem a little hard on you, but that's up to you, because that'll all still boil down to what Allah permits. But y'all need to understand that if you are owning your own trap and you are making in a nice residual income from it, you have to start learning to use that money in another way instead of buying clothes and Jordans and, go to Jerry, whatever, and want to go in the club all the time. Then when you get pulled over, you ain't got no bond money because all you taught your girl that you with, or your bitch, excuse my French, if that's what you gonna call it, is to get money. So if you go to jail, now you ready to kill her. For what? Because all you taught her was to get money. So now you gone. She don't know nothing about survival. Because you ain't teaching nothing. You took her to fast food restaurants all the time. You always dined out. So she ain't care about cooking. You know. So you know, and first of all, brothers and sisters, that's my wife. She just walked in the room in on the conversation, but you know, you have to start using those resources to help our people. When you're seeing that the enemy is buying up the property, as my brother said, after we belittled it, and then turn it into something luxurious right in your face, and then charge you money for coming in. Okay? You can do the same thing, but you don't think it, and it ain't your fault. Because they ain't teach you to study, you know, land. They didn't teach you the art of business in reference to owning land. Because you'll be like them. You think they want you to be like them, so you have to make your own way. Like the brother said, we can't blame them now, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad quoted. He said, blame yourself. Okay? For allowing yourself to stay in the condition that they put you in instead of you rising above emotion and seeing the problem. That we are at war against a wicked government who wants to keep you socialized and engineered into their way of life. So if you're going to claim you real, you're going to have to live up to it. Okay? And, you know, brother, I mean, do you have anything to share before I, you know, go in? Because I got to, you know, address this to the sisters. And this go for us, too. Because I don't want y'all to think we obsolete in ourselves. I told y'all earlier, we need to all check our neighborliness. Okay? So I don't want y'all to think he's pointing the finger at, you know, I'm not pointing the finger at nobody. I assassinated my own dang character. I'll do it first. Can you do it? You just like my brother said earlier, y'all think, I hope you don't think it's easy to come on here and try to explain these topics to you as clear as sunshine so you can understand it. It's not. It's really not easy. Because people think you crazy because we in the last days. This is prophesied when the truth comes. So I ain't going there. If you know your book, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? So, you know, brothers, you know, I mean, I'm sure you have a few things to say about this condition, you know, that, like I said, we suffering from. This niggerish, you know what I'm saying, condition that this Uncle Tom, you know, and these Uncle Tom House brothers and these, no disrespect, sisters, Marilyn Monroe House sisters.
Of course.
We want to follow these Desperate Housewives and these trends on these shows. Okay? You know, so,
yeah, I mean, I just really want to say, you know, just to elaborate a little bit more on exactly what you were talking about. There's people watching these shows, and then at the end of the day, they actually believe, you know, they're, you know, these same people that they're watching on TV.
right.
So what you do is you putting yourself in a stereotype, you know, by following, first of all, by sitting there watching the show and glorifying it. You know, that's the number one thing. You know, it's one thing to look at something and then, you know, and then analyze it, you know, and then try to, you know, make sure you're not the same as what they're portraying on that show. But then it's another thing to sit down and watch it and then actually believe that you are what they're saying of these people on this show. No, we can sit
Right.
down and watch these shows all we want and think we're gonna go out here and do the exact same things that they're doing. Because if you want to look at some shows, what's that show Oz? And then you have the shows like what is Sopranos. Now, if you want
Right.
to put those two shows together and you look at it, you have and again, don't take this the wrong way. And if you do, I mean, I can't help it. That's your problem. But you have white men running around, murdering, killing, committing all types of crimes, but they're at home every day. So what they're saying to you right there is that they're above the law. Then you have a show, Oz. The majority of the men there are black. Most of these men are doing crimes, but they're already incarcerated.
Right.
So they're already showing you actually what your state is, where you're destined to be at already, no matter what. So again, if you're really paying attention to that, no matter where you are, if you're outside the prison, the way they put you in a situation where you're confined anyway, because they're gonna know
Right.
where you are at any given moment, because they're gonna make sure of that, because they're gonna be tracking you.
Right.
Because you go and you get these phones, and I don't want to say it like this, but you putting the phone in your name, they telling them you put your social out on the paper, you giving them all your information, giving them your address to your house, so they don't have if something happened and that cell phone tower pick up, they're gonna know your name anyway. They're gonna look up the
Right.
number, they're gonna pull up the name, all the information. So again, when you think you out here outsmarting these criminals, because that's what they are,
For real.
they've already committed every crime that can be committed, so they know you you can't fool them.
Right.
You can't put no the criminal activities. You can't outdo it. And as the sister has said several times, you can't out gangster them
For real.
because they already know every trick in the book because they've done it, they've created it, and they threw us in there to now to fill up these slave camps called prisons.
Right.
So today, man, it's as it has been said before, man, this is what we're doing right now. This is the first day of the rest of your life. So whether you want to believe what we're saying or not, as we always say, that's up to you. Because we've already given you the information. So if you don't want to research it for yourself and you want to stay a lost cause, I mean, I can't even, say any more about it. But go ahead, brother. I know you want to go more in depth into what you were saying earlier.
Right. I was going to speak on the sisters, but I really don't want them to think that I'm trying to disrespect in any type of way. The things I say, I'm sure you'll be able to relate to because there are actions that are seen daily. Y'all have been destroyed by us and them. But they had to socially engineer us into, a certain way so that we wouldn't respect y'all. That has y'all feeling that the only way out is to be able to look sexy and keep something all in your behind. But in reality, I've been there. I ain't going to try to sit here and, like I said, I'm going to assassinate me first. Something was up in there and you was looking right. Hey, excuse me. But what killed me more than anything that shows that nigger-ish side in you is when you wear this stuff and then when a brother try to holler at you, you want to act 1,000% rich and famous. But you come from the same hood. Now, I ain't telling you not to feel proud about yourself, but don't be acting like that brother committed a crime when you showing off